You might be able to see Kirk just down the point. Him and his friend Keith are going for some needed time to go fishing. They have been busy working around the camp. We've got 2 docks put in. I know they look like boats, but they're actually docks at this point. We've got water pump way over there on the point right there. We've got a water pump pumping the water into the camp. The noise you hear is the generator that we've got giving electricity to the camp. There's our boathouse, and this is our rocky shoreline. This faces north up Jostle Lake. The terrain here is extremely rough. It's all bedrock. We really are on the Canadian Shield. This is our waterfront. And now we're facing south on Jostle Lake. So this is the path going up to the cabin. It's very rocky. Lots of tree stumps like this guy here to trip over. This was all trees. The plane had a hard time coming in because it was all trees. Kirk had to take down multiple trees to be able to get the plane in here. We've got the generator going there. There's our backup generator. And we've got some black barrels that we're going to use for a floating dock. This is our boathouse where we store all of our stuff because we don't have structures, so everything's temporary. Now you can see we've got lots of trees down and our blueberry patch here. We've got blueberries and lavender tea galore. And as I move up towards the cabin, I've got a clothesline up already. Looks like mass destruction over here right now, but this is actually an improvement compared to what it was. There's my shower house over there, my outhouse shower house. It's supplied with hot and cold running water. There's our wood chipper to help make what you see all this mulch going on here. We've got multiple paths of stuff. We've got a brush saw. Kirk made a fancy ladder. The third step's a bitch. This is where we've got everything happening over here. We've got a transfer pump to transfer water to our washing machine in the cabin, and that would be this guy right here. This is 50 gallons. That's 50 gallons. This is our water hose right here, this red one. That's our water hose from out on the point. We've got propane for our hot water, and now we have a running stove in the cabin as well as Coleman. We have a hot water on demand right here. This is what's allowing us to have a hot water and shower. That's Kirk's fancy ladder. And this is my shower house. And in here is pretty neat. We've got a shower up top there and window, and we had to put in a platform because there is no flat ground in this place whatsoever, so that's the best we could do. There's my little potty and my shower stall, and the guys have to use the outhouse, which is through this horrendous path. I'm at the back of the cabin at this point and looking up towards their path here. This takes you to the outhouse, and it's shaped like a boat. He's got to do some work on getting this outhouse path cleaned up, but that comes with time. And here's his outhouse with some bunch berries starting to come along. And his outhouse has been attacked by a porcupine a few times. It's not pretty. Typical outhouse And you can see why I do not enter this place. That's his potty, not mine. You don't want to do this path in the middle of the night. You'll break your neck. Not sure what animal you'll encounter either when you're out here. And just like that, something moved, and I know the dogs are in the cabin. So this should be fun. So this is our mass destruction going on over here. And it's not mass destruction, it's literally opening things up so that we can actually utilize the property, because there was so much brush, there was no way to get through any of this. As you can see, my path ends here, and I'm climbing through trees to get to this side over here. And that's this side of the cabin. We are working on wrapping the roof tomorrow and changing out the pipe in the stove. They opened this up yesterday. As you can see, there's a lot of fallen trees here, but that opened up this little lookout to the north end of Jostle Lake. And now we have all this space that we're going to make into a chipper. It'll be a nice side yard for us to be able to use, but it will take a few years of doing compost to get it to a point where we can actually use it. Oh God, I'm coming to the area where Mr. Snake lives, and him and I have already crossed paths a few times. On my first night here, the snake came out from the front of the cabin, which is where I'm approaching now. And the snake was somewhere right about there. And he startled me, and I screamed. And I never saw a snake jump before, but he jumped. And then I threw an axe at him, and I missed him. And he actually turned around and looked at me like, "Are you effing kidding me?" is how he looked at me. So we have a snake with an attitude, and I have encountered him a couple of times now. We just try and not cross paths anymore. So Kirk, there was trees here, as you can tell. That was one tree. There's the other tree. We have it covered right now. So we just had rain not too long ago, so we were keeping it covered so it doesn't rot anymore. But he made me a little barbecue Coleman stove island so I can cook outside when I want to. The front, I happen to have a dollar store mesh, and it makes a screen door, and it does help keep the mosquitoes out better than not having it. This is inside our cabin. Not pretty. There's our window that a bear had come through, not when we were here, but a bear had come through, wrecked it, and we don't have a window to replace it. So again, I had dollar store screening, and it happened to fit. So we were actually able to get our window with screen on it so that we can withstand these bugs, because there's a lot of them, and trust me, the screens have been a savior. This is my washing machine. We got dog food storage. There's my tactical belts and what I take when I go out all the time. There's our washing machine with stuff on it, of course. The stove that Kirk just got working today got these two burners working, which was fantastic. So now I've got more means of cooking. We have our running hot and cold water. It's his own sink, all in one. It's hot water on demand. This is how we are stocked at this point. I happen to have blow-up furniture. I have a chair and a couch. And they are great to sit on when all you actually have is just a picnic table or the floor. We have what we call our fridge cooler, which is this one here. I can keep it nice and cold like a fridge. We bought this cooler here and this cooler here. They're actually freezers, and they are stocked full of food, of course. And there it is. And I put ice packs in there, use the ice packs all the time, and switch out of the fridge cooler all the time. And I've got the 2 freezers. So, and that's what's sustaining us. We've got lots of food, we're good, we have lots of storage. This is our charging station here. We run our water, our hot water off of this. Goes there. We've got a full charging station set up so that we can charge everything. Everything powered that we need is here. We also have a bug zapper in here as well. And there's where our storage starts to begin. Kirk made me a handy dandy hair dryer holder. We have a friend staying with us right now, which is Kirk's friend Keith. He bunked out here last night. He's supposed to set up a tent for himself for tonight. But this is the bunk area, but mostly storage for us. And then this is our bed. And in here, I have little glow lights that make it look homey. I know, it's just one of those things that women do. So we've got, sorry, I'm moving around. This is kind of like our bedroom area here. And that's our area. And the dogs have their own bed too. They sleep on their doggy bed. I've got carpet down. I've got beach mats down. This is our wood stove for the time being. Just temporary until we figure out what we're going to do next. So this is what our camp looks like on Jostle Lake with a gorgeous view.